Hi guys, and welcome to this video where I'm so excited to show you the new dashboard for Xero. In my previous videos, we've been talking about how the dashboard works, but now it has changed. So I'm now excited because it's so user-friendly, and Xero have been in talks with over 30,000 businesses. And what they were trying to find out was, as soon as you log in, what do you want to see? So this is kind of like a helicopter view of your business when you log in, but they wanted to answer a few questions that customers are always asking themselves. So they know what you guys have been wanting to see, and they've decided to push it on this dashboard, which is really exciting. One of the things you can do is customize it to your business, which is fantastic. And then it's going to answer those pain points and ideas for the future that you want to look into. So, what questions would you ask, using a software like this? One of them is, how many of the recent invoices have I been paid? You wake up in the morning and you're thinking, have my customers paid me? Because I really need that money. And then you're asking yourself, are we making a profit? How much money do I owe? Or how much money is owed to me? So can we afford to pay our bills? So it gives you all those insights in just one page, which is so cool. So here you have your business bank account, and here you'll see you have your invoices, that bills that you need to pay. And then if you have a savings account, it will be here. And then the invoices owed to you will be here. So you'll be able to hover over them, and you're able to see your movements, over a certain given period of time. And then you'll have your tasks, things that need doing, just to remind yourself what you need to do. So one of the exciting things I like about this dashboard, amongst many other things, is going to be how to customize it. So you go here and you can add a widget, or you can move things around. You can say, do you know what? I don't have any savings yet, so maybe I'll move this down here where I don't have to look at it as soon as I log in. And then I want to see my chart of accounts watch list because I don't want to go over the VAT threshold without knowing that. So I'll drag that up here. So you're able to play around with all these things and watch all these costings. So if you've seen my previous videos, I've talked you through everything on the dashboard. So all those things are here. It's just that they look cooler. That's all it is. So what are we looking at today? Today, I'm going to talk you through how to raise an invoice, because I've had a lot of people coming to me and saying, okay, Esther, so if I want to raise a sales invoice, how do I go about that? So today, I'm going to show you how we're going to raise an invoice. So it's really easy, Let's say we sending an invoice to, let's go to invoices, and then I'll show you. So this will show you all the invoices that we've raised. So all your invoices are here. You have some in drafts, 2 of them. You have none awaiting approval. You have 13 awaiting payment. You can go to this tab if you want to see which ones have been paid, and then you can have repeating invoices. So we'll talk about that as well, because it's really exciting. I use it a lot, and I use it for my clients. And so what we're going to do is raise a new invoice. So basically, Cito Limousines, we used them last night, and basically they came in, had a meeting, and we're going to invoice them how much was spent. So we'll go to the new invoice. This is a demo company, guys, so it's going to keep showing up, and it's an invoice template that you can choose to have. So you can decide to get paid by debit or credit card, and you can set it up on Stripe. So that's another cool feature that we have here. And so it takes us to the invoice, So we'll ignore this for now because Xero is getting excited and is thinking, oh, so we have to, you can also register for Stripe. So if you don't have a Stripe account, all you do is enter your details in here and you'll be good to go. So we shall raise that invoice. We'll keep focused. So we'll start to type in limit. And we've invoiced these guys before, so their contacts are already here because we've invoiced them before. So we'll select their contacts, and then the issue date was the 13th, which was yesterday. And our policy is that we pay every 2 weeks. So the invoice will be due on the 28th of November. This invoice number automatically populates. If you have a reference, you want to put it in here. Some people use PO numbers, so you can put those in here. And then what was it for? So this is the branding theme. So you can have different invoice themes that you create. It could be some customers want invoices done in a certain way, so you can use the branding theme. And then online payments, you can add as many, like you saw Stripe, so Stripe will come up here. It will give them all ways they can pay. Even Klarna has joined them, so that's really cool. And then the currency, so Xero has a built-in XE exchange. So if you're using multi-currencies, if you're using that subscription, you'll be able to drop down here and select which currency that you want to use. And then tax inclusive or exclusive. We are VAT registered and we like to work it to tax exclusive. So it's up to you. It's no different using inclusive or exclusive. That's personal preference. Items, so you can track stock in Xero. So if you're tracking stock, you can use items, and as you can see, fish out of water finding the brand. So there are some items in here already that we can use, but this time it's just a meeting room. So that means we don't have an item for it. So it's a new service that we've created, and we need to create an item for it as well. So I'm going to do a video on how to create items, how to track stock, how to see your closing stock, because then you don't have to use any of those fancy softwares. So anyway, so they booked a meeting room with us yesterday with beverages, and we're going to charge them $650 as agreed. We're not giving them a discount, but if you have any discounts, you can put them in there. It codes automatically to sales. You can have as many codes as you want. You could even have one that just says meeting rooms and the other one says sales, So you can create as many as you want. We are VAT registered. That's the tax amount. We will not use regions today, but if you're a business with different regions, you can literally set up these tracking codes. Or if it's a project that you're working on, you can select it over here. But otherwise, apart from that, the invoice is good to go, guys. So all you're doing is you're going to click approve an email. So when you click on approve an email, it then uses the email address that you have when you are setting up the business in Xero, when you are creating that customer in Xero. So you can add any other email addresses here if you like, and you can have all sorts of email templates as well. So we'll go into that later. And this is the default Xero email because we're using the basic one. And you can add placeholders. So this is the email. You can change anything. Please pay now. You can change anything on here. It will give them an invoice link so that when that invoice link opens, they'll be able to have a selection of how they're going to pay. Will it be by PayPal? Will it be by Stripe? Will it be by Klarna? Will it be by bank transfer? They will have to choose. You can choose to send a copy to yourself. And then this is what the client is going to see. So basically, these are online really cool invoices with a PDF attached. You can choose to attach the PDF, which is quite advisable so that they have a tax invoice, So this is the tax invoice with your nice logo here. It looks really cool. Payment advice slip and everything. This is the email. So they'll be able to click on review and pay it, So this is the body of the email. They'll be able to look over here and read about what you've said to them. And that's it, guys. All you do is send email and away it goes, So it says email didn't send because we're using a demo company, but like in actual life, trust me, it does go off. So that, my friends, is how to create an invoice. And in my next video, I'm going to show you how to create a bill. Supplier has sent you an invoice and you're trying to put it in Xero. There's so many cool ways to do that. And I can't wait to show that to you. So thanks for listening and happy bookkeeping.